Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. Welcome to Anna Sorta Reads. Today I will be coming at you with a book haul. These books I have acquired from January till now, so like mid-April. All of these books I'm going to be talking about just a little bit. Some of them I know a lot about, some of them I don't know much about, and I'm not going to be going over them in any particular order, but I'm going to be telling you where I got them and maybe when I got them and why I got them and a little bit about them. So let's get right into the video and I hope you enjoy this one. So first of all, the books on top are the ones that I've gotten most recently, and I'm just gonna go for it. I got these two books. I've got Beach Read by Emily Henry and People We Meet on Vacation by Emily. These two I got at McKay's. If y'all have never been to McKay's, it is great. It is a secondhand bookstore where you can basically go and trade in your books for McKay's cash or just real cash, and then you can take that McKay's cash and use it there. So you're basically taking books that, you know, maybe you didn't enjoy or you're never going to read again, and you're getting cash back to bring more books into your library that you may love. I've got Beach Read by Emily Henry. Everybody knows what this book is about. I don't. I haven't even read the back of this, but I have a video planned for these two books potentially, so be excited for that. But this says, Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens A Happily Ever After, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult. Obviously, everyone will finish a book and no one will fall in love. Really. So this just looks like a really super fun beach read, a super fun rom-com that will, you know, just cleanse my palate a little bit. I've been reading a little bit more fantasy, so I'm really excited to get into this one when I have the chance, and I'm so glad that I finally have my hands on it because I have it on ebook, but I wanted the physical copy for the book that I wanted the physical copy for the video that I have planned coming up. And then People We Meet on Vacation is another one of Emily Henry's greats. This one I also don't know much about. I don't really want to read the back of this one just because I want to kind of not go into this blind, but I'm planning on reading this one first and then reading this one because I'm pretty sure this one was published first. So Beach Read was published in 2020, and then People We Meet on Vacation was published in 2021. So yeah, so I'm going to be reading these pretty much back to back, and I'm super excited to be reading these and to have them in my collection. And the next book that I want to talk about is The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I also found this one at McKay's. This book is one of my favorite romances of all time. I'm pretty sure I gave this one a 5-star. I'll have to look and make sure, but I wanted to have it honestly just because I wanted this amazing book on my shelves. It has been a minute since I read this book. It's been over a year, but I saw it in McKay's and I was like, it's literally $10, let me get it. It's about a kindergarten teacher. No, it is not about a kindergarten teacher, Anna. Did you even read this book? I promise you I read this book, and I gave 5 stars. Am I remembering it right now? No. Should you read it? Yes. The girl is the bodyguard, and the guy is... what even is he? Oh, he's an actor. Yeah, have fun with this one. I'm so glad I know everything about it, since it's one of my favorite books. This next one that I'm going to talk about, it's a little bit of like a coming out of left field, and I'll explain why. So I have Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I am aware that this is the third one. I don't own the first two, and I haven't read the first two, but hear me out. This is the third book in the Knock 'Em Out series. I'm not going to read the back, obviously. I don't really know anything about this series, but I'm going to show you why I bought it. It's signed, and it was $8, and it's in like perfect condition. So like this series is on my radar, so I was like, why not buy it? Like, it's literally signed, why not? That's my only reasoning for this book. So yeah. Next, oh my gosh, we get to talk about my babies. You're gonna understand why I am calling them my babies. So we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts and Reckless by Lauren Roberts. So I bought these at the end of January, beginning of February? No, end of February. I bought these at Target at the end of February. The reason and the story of how I attained these books is actually really funny. So I bought Powerless a while ago, I think last summer. I bought Powerless, and then I read it at the beginning of this year, and I honestly was obsessed with it. So once I finished Powerless, because it's Lauren Roberts and just, you know, how she writes her cliffhangers like she does, I ran to Target and I picked up these two. Powerful is the second book in the Powerless trilogy. Not the second book, but it is a novella within the Powerless trilogy, and this is about another character in the Powerless book, but I don't really want to say who it's about because it's kind of a spoiler, but it has these really, really pretty edges, and I love this book so much. This book made me sob my eyes out. It's just a gorgeous little novella. But this book actually made me sob my eyes out, and I believe I gave this a 4 or 5. Along with Powerless, I either gave 4 or 5. This series is honestly almost an overall 5-star, and I don't know if that is like accurate to like what I actually rate them, because let me talk about Reckless, which I also bought at Target with Powerful. Reckless I've already read, as well as Powerful, and Reckless was in my last vlog, so it was my first video ever, so this holds a special place in my heart. I did give this book 3 stars. Now, that is not to say that I did not enjoy it. I actually really love this book, and I will be keeping this book, and one day maybe read it, and maybe it will get a higher rating than it. There were just a lot of little like qualms and nitpicks I had with this book, especially with loving Powerless so much. This book really just suffered from like middle book syndrome, as I talked about in my first video. But I'm going to talk about this book next. The star of the show, Fearless. This just came out a couple days ago. I ordered this on Amazon and it just came in like I think Thursday or Friday, so like a couple days ago. But I've had this for a couple days and I've not read it yet, just because I'm in the middle of so many other things. This is another book that I bought this year. This is one of the most recent books that I bought, aside from the other books that I just bought at McKay's. But this is such an anticipated read for me, as I just said, talking about Powerless and Powerful and Reckless. This was super anticipated when I realized it was coming out this year, and then it was the conclusion. So this might be the fastest that I've ever read and finished a series in my life, other than like The Hunger Games and like this selection, but I read in like 2 days straight. But I'm super excited to get into this, and if y'all would like to see a reading vlog for Fearless, please let me know, because I don't have plans on including it in any video at the moment. Just let me know if you'd like to see this in a vlog. And then I have a couple more books that I bought at McKay's, I think at the beginning of the year, so in January. I love McKay's. If y'all don't know, McKay's is like my homie. I love them there. But first I have Love Does by Bob Goff. This is a nonfiction book by Bob Goff. It's a little bit of like a story of his life and his missions, kind of just how he moved through his life. So this book really is, it's just designed, every chapter is a little story of like how love impacted his life and how love has really opened up the world for him. So I'm really excited to read this, and Bob Goff is a Christian. This is a Christian nonfiction book, and I'm really excited to get into this. I think this was $2 at McKay's, and I have had this, I'm pretty sure I've had this on my radar for a while, but I saw it and I just thought it was really a sweet concept for a book, and just it'll be good to like renew my mind, renew my strength in the Lord. So that I'm really excited to get into this. Next, I'm going to talk about another book that I read a long time ago, but I found it at McKay's for literally like $10, and it's not her black version, and that is Divine Rivals. Everybody and their mother knows about Divine Rivals. I give this book 5 stars. This is an amazing book. This is about Kit and Roman. This is about Kit, Roman, and Iris. And this is honestly just such a whimsical fantasy book. And there's a magical typewriter. It's not enemies to romance. Let me preface that it's not enemies to romance. It's more of like dislike academic rivals to romance. And the romance, this big. Do not go into this book thinking that this is a romantasy. This is more of a fantasy than anything, but I loved the writing. I love the writing so much. I loved the characters. I loved how the characters were involved with the world. I love like I said, I love the world building. This is one of my favorite books of all time, and I would recommend this book to everyone and their mother. The second book, Ruthless Vows, not so much, but I did find this at McKay's, so I'm really glad that I could get my hands on this finally and add it to my book collection. These next 3 are also books that I bought really recently. As you can tell, I've been kind of buying books a lot lately. I try not to do that, but I've was in a really long book slump, and then I kind of got out of it, which is why I was inspired to start this YouTube channel for once, because I've been thinking about doing this for years, but I have just been so infatuated with reading again, and so I have just been buying all the books and reading all the books and just making sure that I have books in my collection that I really am excited about, because that will make me read more. So first off, I have When in Rome by Sarah Adams. This is, I believe, a closed-door romance. I could be wrong, but I think it's a closed-door romance. It's blurbs by Abby Jimenez. I haven't read any Abby Jimenez, so maybe I need to do that as well. It's a cute little rom-com. The main character, Amelia, is a celebrity, like a baking celebrity, and it's small town. She's a baking celebrity. This is super cute. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun. The reason why I picked this up is because I really want to read Practice Makes Perfect. This is a part of that world. This is the first book in that world, but I'm really excited to get into this. And again, it's just a cutesy little romance that will help, you know, break up my reading a little bit, and it will get me started on this series so that I can read Practice Makes Perfect, because that one is about 2 elementary school teachers, and you best bet I'm gonna read that because I'm an elementary education major, if you did not know. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into that and get into this so that I can get to that book. But I'm really hoping that this book is a 5-star for me as well. I really love cutesy small town romances. I really loved Love Light Farms, and I think this will give me the same vibes as like Love Light, or maybe even a little bit of Elsie Silver, but closed door, which I really do like closed door. I like less smut if I can help it. Secondly, I have The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. This is another one that I've been not highly anticipating, but I've been wanting to read for a really long time. And I just wanted the physical copy to read it, so I kind of just bit the bullet, and bought this at Barnes. Oh, I also got this at Barnes, but I just bit the bullet and got this at Barnes because I saw it and I was like, I really do need to read this, and I do need to prioritize it in my TBR. So if I have it, then I can prioritize it. But this is basically a book that is taught in like a nephew uncle style. So it's like a nephew uncle relationship, but it's supposed to simulate like our relationship with like Satan and how Satan takes us away from God. So I'm really excited to read this. I love C.S. Lewis as an author. I think he is very brilliant, and this book is not long at all. Like, I should be able to read this really quickly, and I'm just excited to have it on my TBR. This was published 1942, so I'm excited to read this. It's basically classic, so I'm excited. Then I have Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I also bought this at Barnes. This is a book that I went to Barnes to get because I loved the first book, The Crimson Moth. Is it called The Crimson Moth? It's the Crimson Moth duology. This is the last book in that series, but I read the first one on Kindle Unlimited. I did not buy the first one. I thought about it, and then I was like, no, I need to be financially stable. So I just bought the second one because the second one isn't on Kindle Unlimited, and I know that I'm gonna want these books physically at some point. So I just bought it and just went ahead and got it. This book is about Gideon and Maroon Winters. Gideon is a witch hunter and Maroon is a witch. And basically Maroon is on this journey to, honestly, I'm really good at remembering books that I've read and loved. I love The Crimson Moth. I gave it 5 stars. I cannot recount what happens in it. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this one as well. I'm so excited that I have so many books that I bought recently that I really am excited to read. I'm just going to talk about one more book that I got in February. This book was gifted to me. This is Unreasonable by Will Guidara, and this is a book on, honestly, how to deal with unreasonable people in the workplace. But it's taught from like a restaurant perspective. It's really helpful for anybody who works in a customer service space. So my boss gave this to me. I work in an office, but we work with people pretty regularly, and so he just gifted this to everybody in the office and said that it was such a good read, and that he really wanted us to read it and, you know, put our thoughts. I'm really excited to get into this just to learn more about how to interact with people and customer service. Let me see how many books that I've acquired within the first 4 months of 2025 so that I can give y'all a good round number. For the first 4 months of 2025, I dropped 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 books for the month of 2025. So not that many books, but I try to keep my book collection and TBR down just because I'm not reading as often as I used to being in college. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for all these new additions to my book collection, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you would please like and subscribe to my channel and put any comments down below of anything you'd like to see from me and any questions that you might have for me. And I hope y'all will have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching this. And bye guys.